Welcome everyone. In this video we will study about the powers of Emperor of Japan. So during Meiji Constitution, which is the old constitution of Japan, the emperor was the head of the government and he was having all the source of power of Empire of Japan. And Meiji Constitution gave all the sovereign authority in the hands of the emperor only. And this rule of empire dynasty came from Emperor Jimmu, who was of Yamato tribe in 1660 BC, and since then the Japan has a dynastic system. The reform of 1646 AD ended the patriarchal system and the emperor began to rule like a despot, and the emperor became the epicenter of the government. After the Soba Constitution came into force on May 13, 1947, the Emperor of Japan is no longer the real head of the state, but is only a constitutional head of the state. So after the World War II, the power of Emperor was limited as only nominal head of the nation. And now the real sovereignty belongs to the people, not to the Emperor of Japan. And the recent and current emperor of Japan is Naruhito. So now this is this is an important line, because if someone will use this line in the answer, then it will give a huge impact on the examiner that student have studied well about the topic. So according to Chitoshi Yanga, the emperor is the spiritual anchor and the moral ruler and the political gyroscope that ensures the safety and steadiness of the course of ship of the state. Now, Article 1 of 1947 Constitution, which is the Soba Constitution, the new constitution, it declares that the emperor shall have symbol of the state only and shall derive his power from the people, because the sovereignty of the country resides with the people only. The emperor will perform all his act on the advice and approval of the cabinet, and the cabinet is responsible to the Diet. Diet is basically the two houses of the Japan. Now we will see the actual powers of the emperor, which are three in number basically: the executive power, legislative power and judicial power. So if you make a flowchart like this in your exam, then it will benefit you. Now the executive powers. First is emperor appoints prime minister as designated by the Diet, both the houses of the Japan, and he attests the appointment and dismissal of the minister of the state and other officials as provided by the law. He also attests the full power and credentials of ambassador of minister. He is the fountain of honor and as such award honors. So he also attests instruments of ratification and other diplomatic documents as provided for by the law. Next is legislative power. All the national laws, constitutional amendments, cabinet orders and treaties are promulgated by emperor. Second, he convenes the session of the Diet. He dissolves the House of Representatives after the expiry of its term or on the recommendation of the PM. He also issues proclamation of general election of members of the Diet. Now the last is judicial power. The emperor attests general and special amnesty, commutation of punishment, reprieve and restoration of rights. Second, he appoints the chief judge of Supreme Court as designated by the cabinet. The cabinet basically the Diet of the Japan. Here the commutation of punishment or reprieve means basically the reducing the punishment of any convict. So here we have completed all the powers of emperor. Now in next video we will be talking about the fundamental rights as provided in the Japanese Constitution.